Hey everybody, happy Sunday. Welcome to Sky's Limit Aviation channel. This is the Sunday evening live stream coming to you from Wayne Metro Airport in Detroit, KDTW. Hope everybody's had a great weekend and having a great Sunday. Excited to be here with you all this afternoon. Today's journey around Michigan is going to take us to an area that I have a special place in my heart for, and that is the former Air Force Base that I used to be stationed at, which is called KI Sawyer, but is now an regional airport. So we're heading up to KSAW for this flight in the Boeing 737-800 with PMDG. Gonna jump into the cockpit here as we start the boarding of our passengers. 145 passengers and crew for today's flight. And getting a few things set up here in the cockpit as we get boarding. Alright, pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested 100%, nav transfer display normal and auto, window heats on, pressurization mode is on auto.
Hello.
Let me check one quick thing here. Alright, pressurization mode is on auto. Flight instruments are set. 037 heading. Altimeter is 3020 here in Detroit. Parking brake is set. Engine start levers are at cutoff. Should take us just a little over an hour to get up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and into Sawyer International. Hey, VA, good evening. How are you, sir? So we're flying out on the Trammel 4 RNAV departure. And there's no published arrival up in Marquette, Michigan. So we'll start our descent out over Lake Michigan, past the Traverse City VOR, and then out over Escanaba, which is in the southern part of the Upper Peninsula, and then up into Marquette. And it'll be the ILS runway 1 approach going into Sawyer International this afternoon.
This way, please. Welcome on board.
Ah, sweet. BA says he's flying around Patagonia on VATSIM.
board.
Another 40 passengers or so to go, and we'll go ahead and button the ship up and get ready for departure.
This way. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Hello.
A little less than 20 passengers left, and we'll go ahead and button up the cockpit, close up the doors.
Detroit Metro.
Hello.
Weird. De-
Good afternoon.
So VA, how's the rest of your weekend been?
Detroit Metro traffic, Spirit Wings 2119 joining you on the Clink 3 arrival for runway 4 out, runway 4 left, 30 miles out, 2119.
Hello.
Metro traffic.
Oh my gosh. VA says it was extreme week. He had one test per day, but he's done. Thank goodness for that. Bless you, sir. Does that mean you're done for the summer, basically? I just plugged in our barometric minimums for Sawyer, but we'll go ahead and turn off the radio altimeter for right now. Won't need that until we're on the approach into
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Sawyer International.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
16,900 pounds of fuel on board for today's flight. Okay, departure briefing. Going to be departing off of runway 3 left here in Detroit. It'll be a flaps 5 takeoff. Our VREF speeds are 137, 139, and 148. After 80 knots, we'll abort only for an engine fire, engine failure, or failure to maintain any directional control of the aircraft. After V1, we'll handle it as an in-flight emergency. We'll continue our takeoff roll and get airborne. After running our checklists, if we must return to the airport, we'll declare an emergency at that time, get vectors to hold, run additional checklists, and we'll request a return to the airport. Other than that, normal departure as instructed, or normal departure instructions as briefed in the charts, and standard calls on VATSIM for any radio traffic. And departure briefing is complete. And we're going to go nose to the left and tail to the right.
Please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All right, before start checklist, flight deck doors, windows are locked. Fuel, 16,900 pounds. Pumps are on. Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked. CD pre-flight complete. Rudder and aileron trim is free and 0. Autopilot is set up. V2 plus 15 is 163. Heading of 037 degrees. Altitude 36,000 feet. VREF speeds we just went over. Taxi and takeoff briefing is complete. Anti-collision lights are on. APU is on. Generators are on. Ground power is disconnected. APU bleeds are on. Engine bleeds are off. Before start checklist is complete. We'll start with engine number 2 and engine number 1. So starting engine number 2. Good rotation on the N2. Oil pressure's coming up. Oil temperature's alive. Parking brake is set.
Confirmation for a good engine start.
Introducing fuel. Good fuel flow on engine number 2.
Detroit Metro traffic, Spirit Wings 2119 on 15-mile final for runway 4 left, 2119 Metro traffic.
Good ignition. EGT's on the climb. Wait for the starter switch to disengage. And starting engine number 1. Good rotation on engine 1 and 2. Oil pressure's climbing. Oil temperature's registering. Fuel coming alive. Good fuel flow. And good ignition on engine number 1. EGT's on the rise. N1 continuing to climb.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good
Good,
engine
confirm we've got a good engine start.
Unlocking gear.
And starter switch is cut off.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with us. We're committed to making your flight safe and comfortable. So before we depart, we'll be showing a brief safety presentation. This information can help you if there's an emergency. So it's important to pay close attention, even if you are a frequent flyer.
All carry-on items should now be stored securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat in front of you. And all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should be clear. Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time.
Detroit Metro
You'll
traffic,
find a
Spirit Wings
list of approved
2119 on 10-mile
electronic
final for
devices
runway
in the
4
in-flight
left,
information
2119
section of
Metro
Sky
traffic.
Magazine. If you're seated at an emergency exit, Please review
All
the
right, after short
responsibilities
checklist,
for
generators on,
emergency exit
ProPeat on,
seating the back of
anti-ice
the
not
safety
required,
information
isolation
card,
valves
which
to
is in your
auto,
seat
engine
pocket.
start
Are you
switches
okay
to
turning on
continuous
emergency
recall
exit?
is
If you're
checked,
unable
auto
or
brake set
prefer
to
not to
RTO, flight
perform these
controls
functions,
checked.
just let us know, and we'd be happy to find you a
After
new
short
seat.
checklist is complete.
As you leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. or
Flaps
press
coming
the
down
latch
to
release.
5.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, you should keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air.
Takeoff speeds
For
are
everyone's
verified,
safety, federal
137,
regulations
139,
require all passengers
148.
to comply with the posted placards and lighted signs located throughout the cabin, as well as any crew member instructions.
And I'll smoke. I'm so sorry.
Smoking is not allowed on any Delta flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector. There are 8
Detroit
exits
Metro
on this
traffic,
plane,
Spare Wings
4
2119
doors,
on 5
2
mile
on each
final for
side,
runway 4 left,
and 4 window
2119
exits
Metro.
over the wings. Each door has an attachable slide that can be used as a raft. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there is a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, white emergency lights near the floor will lead you to red lights, which indicate an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you, and remember, they might be behind you. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull a mask toward you. until
Detroit
the
traffic,
tube is
Delta
fully
499
mask over
at
your nose
South
and
Terminal
mouth. Slip the
McNamara,
elastic strap
taxing
over
to
your head
runway
and adjust the mask if
3
necessary.
left
Breathe
via
normally and note
Julia
that
8,
oxygen is
Julia
low, so
Papa,
don't worry
Papa
if the bag
1,
doesn't
Detroit
fit.
Metro.
Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seats in the economy cabin. If you're seated in the first or business class cabin, life vests are either between your seats, under your seats, or in a compartment under your armrest. To use, pull the tab to remove the vest from its container and then open the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Fasten the 2 straps to the front of the vest and then adjust the straps loosely around your waist. If your
Flaps
vest
are
has only
indicating
one strap,
5.
wrap it around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tabs at the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tubes at shoulder level. You can activate a light by pulling down on the tab in front. If your vest doesn't have a tab, the light will activate automatically in the water. If necessary, we'll distribute infant life vests or other flotation devices for children who weigh 35 pounds or less. Also, most seat cushions can be used for flotation. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright and locked, your tray table is put away, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. As we come to the
Sneak
cabin
out
for our
here over
final
on
safety
Juliet
check,
7.
please let us know if you have any questions. And
Then
finally,
left on
now
Juliet.
would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Thanks for your attention. Enjoy your flight.
Detroit Metro traffic, Spare Wings 2119, clear of runway 4 left, taxiing to McNamara Terminal via Alpha Victor, crossing runway 4 right, Victor Kilo North Terminal 2119 Metro.
All right, left turn here on to Papa. A little overcast here in Detroit today. Got a Korean Air and some other company here.
And Detroit Metro traffic, Green Air 6605 Heavy, taking runway 3 left, holding second position wing.
Flying a Dreamliner.
Detroit Metro traffic, Green Air 6605, taking off runway 3 left. It will be departing via the Pavel 3 departure and Murdoch transition.
And Dreamliner away.
Metro traffic, Spirit Wings 2119, crossing runway 22 left, 4 right at Victor 2119.
And Dreamliner's airborne. Korean 777.
Green Air 6605 Heavy, clear runway 3 left.
Delta 499, you can go ahead of me. It's KLM 37 Heavy.
All right. Roger that. I'll hop on the active now.
2119, clear of runway 22 left, 4 right at Victor, Metro traffic.
All right, before takeoff checklist, flaps 5 indicating 5 stab trim set, MCP takeoff data entered, recall, check, landing lights on, strobes on, start engine start switches continuous, auto throttles arm, transponder TARA. Before takeoff checklist is complete. Metro traffic, Delta 499, departing runway 03 left, departure to the north, Detroit Metro. All right, let's roll.
Metro traffic, Korean Air 37 Heavy, line up.
Airspeed's alive. Press set. 80 knots, check. Positive rate of climb, gear coming up. Flaps 1. LNAV and VNAV are engaged. There's our throttle back. Hey, Frank, good evening. Thank you, sir. Little bumpy on the climb out. Flaps coming up. Everybody's flying up to JFK, apparently. That's where the 3 flights departing Detroit here are all heading tonight. Alright, we have a altitude restriction here going into DCATs, 7,000 or below. And then Ernie is 11,000 or below. A bit of cloud surfing here at 7,000. So I hope everybody's having a great day today, and hope everybody had a nice weekend. And about 10,000 feet, landing lights coming off. Accelerating to our climb profile. Okay, continuing our climb up to 360 today. It's our last altitude restriction, so we're cleared up to 360. And just a beam of Pontiac, Oakland County Airport. Down below, off of our left there, below the clouds. So today's trip carries a little bit of a double significance. First one being that we're heading back to I guess I'm heading back to, but we're flying up to the former Air Force Base, now regional airport that I was stationed at back in the 80s. So that is our destination for today, is Sawyer International, KSAW. And the other thing of significance is we will be overflying my actual hometown of Traverse City, which is in the northern part of the Lower Peninsula. And we'll start tracking to the northwest and then up and over Traverse City and the Twin Bays of Traverse Bay, and then out over Lake Michigan. And we'll cross over Escanaba as we get into the UP, Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And just shortly after our overfly of Traverse City, we'll actually be at our top of descent, heading into Marquette, Michigan, where Sawyer International is located. So glad to have you on board for today's flight. All right, above 18,000 feet and into the flight levels. Altimeter set to standard. And again, 360 will be our final altitude today. Estimating our arrival in Marquette in about 41 minutes. And checking ahead for the ATIS and weather information up in Marquette. Active as of about an hour ago. Winds are 020 at 10 knots. Unlimited visibility, clear skies. Temperature 19 Celsius, dew point 5. Altimeter is 3031. final approach course heading into Marquette will be a 013 degree heading. Final approach speed will be 151 knots. There'll be a 30-degree flaps landing up in Marquette this afternoon. 2 on the auto brakes. A little bit of a history lesson. The original runway at Sawyer was nearly 14,000 feet. It got shortened to 9,072 feet. A little ways back after the base closed back in 1987. So basically when we, it's going to be a runway 01 landing into Sawyer. We'll just taxi all the way to the end of the runway and exit off of Bravo, which will be a right turn at the end of the runway, and then a right turn onto Alpha and over to the terminal. A lot of the old hangars and alert area buildings and stuff are still there on the base to this day, even though in reality I've not had a chance, I've not been up there since I got out of the military. But one of those things that I want to do is go back up and check it out at some point. KI Sawyer was home to the 410th Bomb Wing and the 46th Air Refueling Squadron that consisted of KC-135As, which are the Boeing 707 derivative, and B-52H models, I believe. G or H, I don't recall which. And then it was formerly home to the 86th Fighter Wing, which I believe was F-106s. So KI Sawyer was one of those northern tier bases in the military's nuclear triad. Although we didn't have any missiles or anything like that, or like missile silos like you see out in the Midwest, we did have nuclear loaded B-52s on alert along with KC-135s. Passing through 29,000 feet for our final of 360. as we get up to our top of climb, I'm going to go ahead and step off the flight deck for a quick second, grab a beverage, and check on the better half, and I will be back in the cockpit momentarily. See it back in just a quick second.
Metro traffic, going to cross 87, for that, definitely.
Okay, we're back up on the flight deck. Cold beverage in hand. Pilot map is downstairs. And happily watching Christmas movies. And VA is landed. And if you're just joining the live stream, welcome. My name is Michael. This is Sky's Limit Aviation channel. Delta 499, service from Detroit to Sawyer International Airport up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, just outside of Marquette. Sitting here at flight level 360. Glad to have you on board. Getting fairly close to passing over Traverse City. Which is where I was born and raised. So the Traverse City VOR is actually a little ways south of the airport. But if we look out the let's window, we should be able to see the airport off to our right. Lots of lakes up in the area. Union Township, Grand Traverse County, Green Lake Township. Lots of fond memories as a kid going fishing with my dad. "80 nautical miles from our top of descent. Should be on the ground in about 20 minutes. Cross over the northern part of Lake Michigan. think that 19. Okay, there's a CTAF frequency. 119. .975. Got that plugged in, got the ILS frequency plugged in for the airport. Somehow we missed our top of descent. We have plenty of time to get down on the ground, so. Okay, updated weather in Marquette. Still 19 Celsius, dew point 5. 3030 is the new altimeter. And winds are from due north at 8 knots. Other than that, no changes. Excuse me. All right, below 18,000 feet, altimeters are set back to standard. All right, approach checklist. Pressurization, landing altitude is set. Recall is checked. Auto brake is set. Landing data VREFs are set. Flaps 30, 149 on the speed. Your runway, ILS runway 01 left arrival into Marquette, and in the event of a missed approach or go around, climb to 1,700 feet, then it'll be a climbing right turn to 3,000 on a 101 heading, outbound on the Sawyer VOR to the Yexjo intersection, and we will hold, evaluate, and come back for a second try. I got the airport in sight. Platform 1. That's 2. Picking up the localizer and the glide slope signals. Flaps 5. Yeah, got the airport in sight at our 12 o'clock. And localizer lock. Got the runway. All right, gear coming down. Flaps 10. Flaps 25. Landing checklist. Engine start switches to continuous. Speed brakes armed. Landing gear down and locked. Landing checklist is complete. Sawyer traffic, Delta 499, 5 mile final, runway 1, Sawyer. Sawyer traffic, Delta 499, short final, runway 1, Sawyer. There's the alert pad there on the left at our 10 o'clock. Continue.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Eighty knots. Jump off here on Bravo. Sawyer traffic, Delta 499, cleared runway 1 at Bravo, taxiing to the gate via Alpha. Sawyer traffic. Parking brake is set. On ground power. All right, shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps off, probe heat off. Hydraulics are set up, flaps up, parking brake set, engine start levers to cut off. Shutdown checklist is complete. And that will do it for our flight for today. Go ahead and fire up. Next flight will be back down to Detroit in the 737-800. Disconnect from VATSIM. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the live stream for tonight. Thank you for joining in, Frank and VA and everybody else who tuned in to watch but might not have necessarily said hello. Hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and we'll see you again soon for the next live stream. This is Michael with Sky's Limit Aviation Channel wishing you a great rest of your weekend. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. Share it with somebody who might want to watch it, and support the channel by subscribing. We will see you later. Bye-bye for now.